Welcome, everybody. And today I'm going to talk to Shivani. Now, you probably have read all the accolades about her in the previous emails. So Shivani is talking to us from Australia today. Welcome, Shivani.
Hi there.
So today we're talking about women's health and transitions, which is really important. I know that you teach a variety of different styles of yoga, including Tantra, which a lot of people think, it's a bit out there and sexual. And how can we use your experience in, for example, Tantra to help women in transitions?
Great question. Tantra is an ancient practice, and it's really the umbrella practice under which all yoga styles fall. One definition of Tantra is an interweaving of all aspects of life. So how I share Tantra is to allow women to remember that they're part of the seasons and the cycles of life. So we have winter, spring, summer, autumn. We have day and night. We have sunny weather, stormy weather, and that is all within us as well. So we look at the season of our life, the day of our cycle, if in your menstrual years, or we look to the moon if you're in your menopausal years, and then we adapt our practices to suit this and to bring harmony and connection with our physical body and our environment. So my practice not only comes from Tantra, but also from the Taoist lineage, and I combine these two. The practices center around self-massage, deep breathing practices, and putting the body in certain shapes that stimulate the energy lines that move our creative life force energy through us. A lot of people think Tantra is about sex and is a bit out there, but really it's about sexual energy. And that is the energy that for women allows us to menstruate, to have children, to orgasm, to go through menopause, to be creative. So we're understanding that this energy is within us all. It's nothing to be afraid of. And how can we harness it to serve us for whatever season of our life that we're in?
Interesting. So we're talking about transition. A lot of the women that come to the retreats are probably 30, 40, 50, 60 age group. And we were talking earlier about yoga, and a lot of people tend to think that they need to practice yoga as if they're in the 20s, especially when they see these Instagram posts of people balancing on one arm. How can we use your yoga and this retreat into accepting yoga as a later transition in our life?
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with doing vinyasa and all of the hard handstanding and balancing poses, and that serves a really strong purpose to give us physical strength and the mental challenge. But what we need as we age is very different to what we needed when we were in our 20s. So the main practices that I really feel women benefit from is the more internal practices, the emotional challenge that comes along with self-worth, self-acceptance, forgiveness, gratitude, love, the emotional aspects that allow the energetic heart to open, allow a certain secretion of hormones to help regulate the body. So we use the mind just as much as the body to bring about harmony within the system. So we move from the external poses more to the internal landscape of the emotional and energetic body. It is hard to talk about, in all honesty. You've just got to do it. My practice is embodied. Once we start, everybody just goes, it's so nice just to be with the self, to be with other people. It's non-judgmental. We're not looking and trying to analyze alignment. It's really about what makes you feel alive, what will give you what you need to really thrive. So got that little bit of curiosity, like how can I enjoy my yoga a little bit more? How can I feel better within myself? Then
try something new.
Yeah, try something new. And the things I share don't seem physically hard on the surface. And often that can be a challenge with the mind that thinks, we have to push, we have to do really hard poses to feel achievement. But actually, it's the more gentle, the softer, the internal practices that open up a different part of our brain and body to an aliveness that's just so rich. So once we can settle down, and that's the benefit of being on a retreat too. is we're out in nature, we're leaving our stresses at the door, and we start to tune in to a different vibration, and then it's magical.
Well, we're going to leave our stresses on the dock because we're going to go by boat. So we're going to leave those behind. But one last question. So one topic which I find people don't really discuss, menopause, which a lot of women I know are dealing with, either perimenopause or menopause. Just to list a couple of the symptoms: hot flashes, weight gain, mood swings, joint soreness, skin dryness, the list goes on, and people are really struggling. So one of my students had a question, and if she comes along, what tools and tips can you help her feel better about her body and her brain, and will you be able to help her?
Yes, got many tools and many techniques. I'm going through perimenopause myself, so I understand, and I have worked with many, many women going through the negative menopause symptoms. There's over 34, and for a woman in menstruation, if she has PMS, they're very similar to a woman that's going through menopausal symptoms. So it really doesn't matter what age you are or what stage of your hormonal life you're in. There are very simple practices that I'll share with women to help them bring harmony to their body. A lot of the practices center around self-massage, opening the energy lines in the body that can bring about better blood flow, better lymph flow. They target the organs of the body, so the liver and the kidneys. And they're very fun. The rituals that we do, there's some body brushing, using beautiful oils over the body, some beautiful breath practices that we do. And you'll be able to take them home, and you can do them in the shower. You can do them in bed. The breath practices, you can do them while you're in the kitchen or while you're waiting at the grocery store. I like to share with people that at any moment of any day, you can do things to help you connect. When you're going through mood swings, or if you're irritable, if we can be aware of what's going on, then we bring in the tool, whether it's grounding or breathing or just touching certain points on our body. It really shifts things really quickly. And it's important to celebrate these transitions, not to see it as a negative thing. It's about becoming wiser. It's opening more time and space for ourselves when we go through these transitions in life. It's about self-discovery.
Interesting, because I think people think it is a negative thing, and life has to be perfect, and they have to be perfect, and they don't really see it as something that can be positive or learn from it.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, a lot of women that I'm around have loved going through menopause because now they don't have the monthly hormonal shifts that are a little bit more drastic. So that opens up space for them. Often it means if you're a mother, your children are a little bit older, so you have more time for you. And I really think it's wisdom. There's so much wisdom that comes along with aging. So much beauty, and you're able to share that too. Share it with younger people, but share it with friends, colleagues. And in all my yoga classes, but particularly at retreats, one of the hallmarks is the sacred circle, where we gather in sacred circle. There's no judgment. It's just an open space to share from the heart. We share our wisdom, we help each other, and it's a really safe and inspiring environment. So it's a celebration. Transition, change can be such a positive thing in our life.
Really interesting. Thank you. We're going to talk again next week on men's health. So that should be interesting because we have one male teacher, Diego, is coming along. Yeah, men and women are welcome on this retreat.
Yeah, we love men, and it's really important that they also look after themselves, and together we help each other.
Great. So thanks, Shivani, and we'll talk next week.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.